HoneyBook, you can make sure your marketing business is as polished and professional as you really are. Here's how. I'm Millie, a content creator coach and business owner. If I had to start my business from zero, I would have focused on building out my client experience with HoneyBook. HoneyBook is a
You guys ready to begin? I think I am ready. Let's start. Starting with the intro, because the intro is the introduction of like the intro of the stream to do the beginning of the intro to do the stream, and then we do the drawing. Hello and welcome into today's stream. I'm Professor Bodhi, aka Mr. Bonny John. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. I had a very strange weekend in that it kind of went by quickly, and then I felt so tired, but I spent a lot of time recouping. Hopefully, you guys had a wonderful weekend and that we have a wonderful week ahead of us. Hello, Chill Bill. Hello, Volt. Welcome in, welcome in. Hello, Trash. Hello, JC. Hope you're doing well to our mod there. Yeah, what up, I Boy? Hadn't been one of these streams in a long while. It's true, it's been a long time. Hope you guys have been well. Even though it's been 3-4 days, it does feel like a long time, right? So on stream over here, I'm really zoomed out, by the way. Why is that? What's up, Thunder? Thunder. I'm gonna zoom in. Actually, I don't know if you guys need to see my face like that. I just feel weird in that frame. So there we go. All right, that looks a little better. So chat. Okay. So basically, when it comes to these Xotempo streams, I've been making great progress. Little by little, I've been hitting all the various avenues of development for this game or anime or whatever it's going to be. At the very least, I want a proof of concept. I've been kind of trying to figure out the pages of this pitch Bible. There are varying lengths that it could be depending on what you're trying to pitch. Which, thank you, appreciate it, man, appreciate it. And looking at a piece like this, it really kind of gives me, again, more feeling that this world is real, right? Because I can design, so many monsters and even characters. And while it's true that my monsters and my characters, they might look, different enough from Pokemon, like, it's the world that is going to really make this feel like its own space, right? And obviously there's going to be many places where these things can be different, be similar. The vibe is what's important, and the overarching vibe. Hello, Nintendo Zombie. Welcome in. The importance is having its own unique personality. So if I want this concept to be successful, it's got to feel really lived in, and that's what designing things like the locations and whatnot is important. However, chat, what is important today is why we're all here and the title of the video and the thumbnail. So over here we have Zoraja. Potentially, I might simplify the name just to be Xotem. I might even keep Xotem. That word could be connected to the capture devices. Whatever, that will be. I like the simplicity in it. It sounds like totem. Rather than saving it to be... And it could be a situation where, hello, Draco, welcome in. So I'm going to go over what the Legendaries is going to be. And what I will be working on in the stream, because I'm just doing this because I want to, more or less, I want to design not the ones that you'll be using in the games per se. I do want to keep some stuff a mystery, especially in a world where like a lot of the things that, we see in the games or movies or this or that, there's leaks and whatnot. I want to try and, keep a lot of this stuff within reason, still a mystery, I don't want to reveal everything. Otherwise, that would be boring as far as looking forward to the final product, right? So, I don't think so. Basically, when it comes Zor, maybe it might be Zoraja and keep it simple. Um, but then again, Raja really has a lean into Hindi as far as name, which I want it to be more of like this all-encompassing kind of deity, as far as inspiration. Um, but yeah, more or less, I'm going to be going over, and I'll remind everyone that the legendaries in my game, it's going to be a situation where, um, and we're gonna go over the Pokemon concepts and whatnot, and I don't want you guys to be able to capture just because, and I'm pretty sure like outside of the power fantasy, right, of being a Pokemon trainer, like it just it just feels like, again, I'm trying to fix, I don't want to say fix, but like put my spin on a lot of the parts that feel sussy to me in Pokemon, right? So, being a 10-year-old kid and stopping the mafia in red and blue, not a problem. You're a kid when you're playing this game. It's cool to give the player the sense of agency, like they can affect the world, right? Games, film, all that stuff, a lot of times it is meant to be a power trip and we self-insert ourselves and we can be the heroes, because our real world, maybe we don't have electrical rats that can fire off attacks and whatnot, right? um, so more or less, I want to do a system where you are in the same way that you're not like formally capturing Xotempo and like, I don't want to say enslaving them like Pokemon, um, but the ecology of the world is different, right? You're not plucking these creatures from like a habitat, right, in the other world. They're manifesting as spirits and whatnot. So there's no guilt there when you like kind of quote unquote capture a Xotempo, right? Exactly, especially by a kid. You can't be 10 years old and then be like, I just captured the creature responsible for emotion in the world, right? Um, so, more or less, when it comes to, um, you know, legendaries, just like the Xotempo themselves are kind of giving you their power, right? Because they trust you and believe in you as your partner and friend. Um, I'm gonna make it so that you clear like trials and stuff, right? So that way, when you befriend a legendary, it's this moment where it's like, wow, I just earned that. So it could be this thing where it's like a really epic battle, right? Or maybe depending on the legendary, it's a thing where maybe you complete some major story quests and you scale this giant mountain or something, Um, it's gonna be something where you're like proving your worth, right? Um, because I find that when it comes to legendaries, for one, it's been easier to catch them in the more recent games, but there's something anticlimactic about like, you know, fighting this Pokemon, right? Lugia or Ho-Oh, for example. And if you faint the Pokemon, you got to restart the game, watch the cutscene over, da da da. Like, you know what I mean? It feels like it removes the agency of what's happening. Obviously, you want a good challenge, right? But like, is the challenge, oh, I better use the right move and hope not to like KO the creature, then spend here in a lottery system hoping that this Ultra Ball or something will capture this Pokemon? You know what I mean? Like, it's a outdated, or I want to be able to like just make it feel like this true event, you know? This thing looks epic. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, Raja means king in Hindi. Yeah, exactly. Raja from Aladdin. Um, you could battle legendary, interact with them, summon them, but can't catch them. Too godly. Gabby, come on up, Gabby. Welcome in, welcome in. Yeah. So basically, I would say that when it comes to hello Pokerex, um, I want it to be a thing where like um, you really feel like, oh, okay, yeah, this thing is lending me its power, right? You're not really in a space to bargain with this legendary, right? Same with Arceus, right? So I have set up kind of something over here. I think what's really important for me. Hello, Rykar. Welcome in. Welcome in. Um, so I want to do something right where when I look at, um, for example, any kind of family tree of legendaries, right? Um, I like to see the flow chart of power, right? I try to make one for Dex Neo, and then I realize like, again, why am I doing this crazy thing for Pokemon, right? Yes, give a like. It's true. Look out for your hand. I will. Thank you, Gabby. Um, and ultimately, yeah, I thought to myself, I want to be able to kind of at the very least draft out. And so I'm going to design a handful of, you know, kind of flat power scaling, right? So you won't in the games or whatever in the lore ever really interact with Zoraja. He is just way too powerful. He is way too powerful. And like not to mention he's just really above this level of interaction. You know, like he's probably looking down into the world like you guys are ants. But he's not looking at you guys in a negative way like ants, but he's just like so disconnected from the world. You know, he's just way too powerful. Um, and so I think from a store kind of thing, story kind of thing, they're two children who I kind of want to make. Again, I don't think these guys are also going to be creatures that you're going to be like summoning. They're also too powerful. I think I want to do. It would kind of make sense with the system that I've been trying to build with the battling and all that, right? One god of order and one god of chaos. Um, and that doesn't mean one is good or one is evil, right? Like that's like everyone's going to assume that, but like that defeats the purpose, right? Exactly. It would be very much a thing where they're like, you know, whichever of these mythicals, right, or mystics, or mythic, whatever I truly settle on. It'll be something you summon them for a brief amount of turns. It'll be kind of like Final Fantasy, is like the way I look at it. Um, exactly. Thank you, Volt. Make sure you leave a comment below. Exactly. I'd appreciate that for sure. So, order and chaos, and I will say this: there may be a mystery entity in the middle between here, right? Not space and time. I'm not going to do a space and time guy. There might be at some point in the future, but that's kind of something that I wanted to go over today. Um, so I want to just like Pokemon has covered a lot of deities, right? So this trifecta is probably my closest thing I can say to like Arceus, Dialga, and Palkia, right? With a mystery character that I can't tell you guys about right here. Um, I would say life and death fall under order and chaos. I'll mark these ideas down. I don't think it's ever a bad thing to, share ideas in the future, like more gods. I'll tell you quickly what I kind of Alpha and Omega. So the beginning and the end. Um, and maybe it could be if I do find a something that feels like, you know what, maybe we could do something like this. Alpha Omega, life and death, because Alpha and Omega is really kind of the same thing. What's up, Oni? Welcome in. These are kind of the same thing. alpha is the beginning, right? So we have space and time. That's too, I think, too much into the Pokemon creation mythology, which makes sense, right? Um, but I'm not looking for something where it's explicitly like, and this was how the world formed, and the god that was watching over like the trees coming up and stuff. Like, I'm not too worried about that. So maybe, if anything, maybe, you know what? I might do something else. I could say that order and chaos, because it's a matter of, you know what? I kind of like one god is the alpha and one is the omega. But I could convincingly, I could also see, or so it's not so much that it's the two things, um, because if, oh, wait a second, you know what? I think in the beginning it was chaos, and over time, by the end, order was maintained. So maybe it could be a combination. Alpha and Omega. um, kind of like that. Because that kind of makes sense with the Big Bang, right? In the beginning, there was chaos, and over time, that chaos was tamed. By the time it's tamed, and you know, because when you think about life and death, right? Death means there's a natural order. If you don't die, then there isn't any order, right? That would just be chaos. Somebody has to come and collect and do, right? Land and seed, I would think that's too material for what I'm looking for right now. So this is the main thing that I was thinking about as far as letting the player capture. And so on the thumbnail, right, I have three Pokemon, right? You guys would know as Raikou, Entei, and Suicune, correct? So we have a bunch of different kind of Pokemon like that, right? In every game, there might be like three. It might be, you know, Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres, right? So I'm going to mark down, and if you guys have more potential concepts, let me know. Uh, no, there isn't no two games. It's not Pokemon. It's not Pokemon. Alpha Chaos and Xotempo Omega Order does sound cool. Creation and destruction is pretty much the same thing as like Chaos and Order or Alpha and Omega. Um, Not to mention, it is a cool concept in Hinduism, where basically the idea is like there in one hand is, you know, creation, the other hand is destruction. There's gods dedicated to that, so that'll be kind of folded in. But I'm going to go over the potential, and I won't design these guys on stream right now. I have an idea of what I want them to be, but I think I'm going to give the players four legendaries. And the reason why, and it might not be four, it might be three. And when I say legendary, um it's not like legendary of the level of say Zygarde and Xerneas and Yveltal. It'll be more like, you know, the Musketeer trio, for example. So in my game, those are called mythics. So here we have the mythic, and the way I see it is like every game could have four mythics that you find and befriend, right? With an ideals like Gen 5, I mean, again, I want to try and stay away from Pokemon stuff. There is a lot of, um, you know, there is a lot of obviously overlap, and Pokemon doesn't own space and time or truth and ideals. But I want again, I try and tread new spaces, right? Um, Order one was a short mechanical windup. No, just because that feels a little too materialistic for my taste, right? Like that's a man-made invention, right? So I feel like it would feel awkward to put that into a creature made of spirit energy that's like millions of years old, right? Freedom and unity also works instead of chaos and order. Chaos sounds evil unless that's what you're going for. But that's the thing. I'm trying to supersede the meaning of chaos. Chaos sounds evil, but like it doesn't mean that at all, right? Um, We're going for a Hindi thing, or Hindu in this case. Hindi is the language. We get over the third legendary of preservation. Correct, correct. Awesome idea so far. So, um, with the mythics, this is what I'm thinking. Preservation. What does that mean exactly? Preservation equilibrium. Um, I would say for the current direction I have for the mythic, I'm keeping it very simple. A god of fire, a god of water, a god of earth, a god of, I guess, wind or air. I'll say air. So now part of why I think this is a cool setup is because it's just very easy to understand, right? Again, very inspired by something like Final Fantasy, where in Final Fantasy there's an Ifrit, right, in every game, right? And it's this fire deity, right? And it comes out and does fire damage. So the way I would want to do it is you would see in this game maybe it's a fire tiger, right? Um, However, what would end up happening is in the next game, in the next region, if I were ever so blessed and lucky to even get this one off the ground and it was successful to warrant a sequel, it could be a fire bird or something, right? Um, and so each region would have the way their spirits kind of unfold would be different, right? So I like that because it kind of like gives you something to look forward to, and you can kind of see the way the different regions craft, the spirits of that space. Maybe in a more aquatic region, right? Their water creature is this giant kraken that protects the land, right? Um, and so the cons to that is it's kind of boring because you kind of know what to expect in the next game. That said, I don't think anyone thinks that's boring in Final Fantasy, right? We look forward to seeing the changes to Ifrit or Shiva, for example, right? Smooth and criminal, chaos, wild, order equals smooth. No, I would say order simply means I don't think it needs too much. Chaos is wild. I mean, in itself, I think order explains itself well, right? How about imp for fire or earth? Um, Firebird? But basically, what do you guys think? Do you guys like the idea of like every region having their own version of these mythics? Maybe it's a thing where they share the names. Maybe they don't. Maybe it's like they're all like independent versions, but they have the same kind of core spirit, A gin of each. I mean, one way or another, I don't think it's too similar or different, but that's kind of the concept here, right? Like a god of a governing element that like fleshes out the world, right? I'm going to go over and I'll tell you guys the names because I won't go over. I'm not going to go over the names per se, but I'll just kind of like let you know what they are. So the fire one would be called Irupti, Iiroopti. Earth one would be Terami. Water is Waave, and then wind is Hurani. And those would be, at the very least, this region's four gods. I like yeah, me too. A fire Cerberus, I think I'd rather make that a inspired Xotempo. Basically because I don't want the god to just be straight up a version of another mythical, right? What's up, Rec? Welcome in. If ephemeral, oh god, I can't read. Ephemeral and eternal. Chaos is eternal, and ephemeral is the short-term order battling for balance. Yeah, I guess that's the closest thing. But yeah, so this is another option that I think would be really cool. If it's not like the region's like elemental deity, it could be one where it's like the god of the summer, right? The god of, or I guess rather than putting it like this, I'll put it like this. And I'm not denoting it next to the element, I'm just listing it out. So summer, winter, spring, and fall. Which actually, coincidentally, I feel like this really fits with each thing. I like the idea of each region having their own seasonal gods that kind of take turns to like build out and flesh out the world. There's something really cool about it. I could even again connect it to over here, like the god of fire created some. You know what? Shit, maybe I could do that. Uh, the god of water, freezes the land over, preserving it in her energy. The god of earth springs everything forward, and then the god of the air brings life back down to ready it for winter. Wait, that's kind of sick. So I feel like it's probably interchangeable. So what are Oragai's mythics going to look like? Uh, since I'm not gonna really design them on stream and I expect people to forget them, I don't mind saying. So I'll okay. Someone asked, how do you spell them? I will write it down real quick. Um, that way you guys can kind of see the Indian influence in the names, which also means there's probably gonna be Indian influence in the design. So it's gonna be sick. So for this one, it will look like this. These are two lowercase i's. Irupti, or fire. Then for water, it was going to be Waave. And now I'll say also there's obviously multiple points of reference. There's a very Polynesian kind of feel to this one because they are connected very well to water. For spring, or rather earth, it was Tarami. It's like a very Japanese kind of sequence there. And then here we have of the air Huran. So, I guess I can tell you, primordial versus the end of all. I don't know about that. Roshani. So, I'll say this. Ready? The peacock will be for the air, Hurani. Akupara is the world turtle. So that will be for the wave, for the water, excuse me. Irupti will be a tiger, more than likely a fire tiger, and then an earth elephant. So I won't go over their designs per se. And they will be more, I think they're going to be more like a good balance of both animal and element, like a nice mixture. And that way they can really feel like this force of nature, right? Like spirit really encompassing them. Personally, I think spring and fall should switch. No, so that's not, they're not meant to be like true kind of things. Think of spring breeze and leaves falling to earth. Spring and fall. Spring and fall. So earth. I think of a spring breeze and the leaves falling to the earth. I can see it, but it's not meant to truly be. Well, I guess I did make a connection. And that was like kind of a random first thing. Animentals, yeah, right? Roshani is Hindi for light and Andhera is Hindi for darkness. Awesome. No, I think it tracks with fall, the wind picking up to pluck the leaves and brings them down, right? The image of fall is things on the way to death. And it's like if I close my eyes and I think of a fall day, I see leaves flying on the breeze. Whereas with spring is flowers rising, trees rising, leaves blooming from plant life and trees, the earth sprouting. So I think it still tracks. But yeah, that was like a quick kind of thing. I think it tracks, but that's not the point for right now. So I've yapped and I've yapped and I've yapped. If there's any two other kind of things that you think make really awesome primordial entities, which I'm going to design now, and you're not going to be able to capture these guys. Like these guys would be akin to Dialga um and Palkia, except you can't capture them. Okay, the ones you can capture are more like the Entei, the Suicunes. Sorry, not that you're going to capture them, but that you're going to be able to summon them by befriending them and proving your worth. Right? So those creatures will be known as Xotempo Mythics. They belong in the Mythic class. They are in their own class. So you're not going to be like, oh, they're a Lithic type. No, they're too powerful to belong um in those spaces. They are in their own territory. So across, if I, again, I'm lucky enough, and I will always say lucky enough, um any of these like mythics that you meet will be always, it'll be like the original dragon typing, right? In Kanto there were only 3 dragons and they were all a part of one line. I want that to feel like the mythic is their own, essentially that's what, these classes are, right? Their own types. So it'll be really cool to see, like, they're not going to use the fire one, right? Erupti won't, they won't be a lithic type or a stoic type or gothic. It's a mythic type, and it's going to use mythic level moves and obliterate their opponents, right? Straight up fire attacks, right? But it's not a fire type. So are Xotempo just the gods, or is it no longer? Yeah, so yeah, Potempo is in the past. It's called Xotempo now, further pulling away from Pokemon. Um, yeah, the Xotempo, these deities, I guess I need to give them some sort of name. I don't want to call them gods, but that's essentially what they are, right? So I'll go ahead and just start designing. Hello, off to work. 4 fundamental forces of the universe. Tell me what that is, Maximus. Tell me. Welcome in. So I really like this one version a long time ago. I created like versions for some legendaries. I liked the feel, and they were kind of humanoid. I haven't created any kind of humanoid um, deities yet. The spirit above all is like this animal spirit, basically built off of many animals. I like the idea quite a bit that when it comes to the children of Zoraja, they go humanoid to help kind of usher the human world, as it were, right? Maybe they kind of explain where humans come from. So it also gives them a feeling of like otherworldliness, as well as like a sense of intelligence, right? I thought you were working on the legends on stream. Did I miss something? So as I was saying a little earlier, I won't be designing the ones that you will be able to befriend on stream, which would be these guys. But these guys that I'm going to build will be more story related kind of things. So that I don't mind sharing. And either way, it's not like their designs will be finalized or anything. Primordials makes sense. It does. They could be like considered that, right? The one below all versus the one above all. Heaven versus Tartarus. Humanoids. How about a human demon? What does that mean, though, exactly? A human demon. So I really like, again, like leaning into the totem element. As far as body shape, right? I'm picturing something like very much like Deoxys, something like that's uncanny, you know? I like these versions that I created a while ago, and I want to give like these kind of long cerebral, and I got to be careful, right? Because I don't want it to look like Mega Mewtwo Y, one of my all-time favorite legendaries. Outside of like creepy like digits and stuff. Um, I want to do something where maybe they're kind of like they look a bit like their I don't want to say their father, their creator. So maybe it's a thing where they have, um, like a totem head as well, human and demon to reflect chaos. But see, so as I was saying earlier, chaos doesn't mean evil. Not here. Um, it just simply means uh, energy that's unreigned. You know, to simply be like human is good and demon is bad, it's a little short-sighted, and I'll explain. Right, a human is still capable as much as anything else of much danger. In fact, a lot of the suffering that comes in this world is because of humans, right? um let's see here. The four forces are gravitational, electromagnetic, weak, and strong. Huh. Okay, I'll mark that down. That could be cool to like put that is as a um not like a sub kind of thing. Gravity screws. Gravitational, um electromagnetic. But see, that doesn't roll off the tongue as much, right? Then their children were the four primordial forces: gravity, electromagnetism, weak, and strong. It doesn't have the same ring as like fire, water, earth, and air, right? Um, Matter versus energy. I like that. I think I'm going to for sure incorporate that into. You know what? That would make sense. I'll just, keep building over here. Alpha. So in chaos, I would say matter belongs in chaos when it's being arranged. And then in omega slash order, I could see and actually wait. Order. Chaos is energy because it's a kinetic, and then matter needs to situate itself. And that could help with designing these guys as well. Just got back from a spa appointment? Okay, welcome in. Hope you feel good. Say that because it had to be humanoid. Sorry, I just don't like human designs, especially for any sort of deity. All of D&D is humanoid deities for the most part. When I think of creatures with the elements, I always think of the four holy beasts from Eastern, the based on Cardinal. Could you quickly run that by me, Rec? That could be help. I know there's like a tiger and a turtle, maybe. Color scheme could be red and black for chaos and white and blue for order. No, you guys. So here's the thing, and I don't mind continually educating you guys because I'm going to restructure your way of thinking. Order is structure. Energy doesn't have structure. Yes, which is why I switched it around. Um, as you can see, order and matter. Oh, energy doesn't have structure. Yeah, so it would belong in chaos. Um, so yeah, again, I want you guys to, and that's why I like order and chaos as two opposites, but everyone all of a sudden believes that order is the good and chaos is the bad. And maybe I will keep it like that because that gives me a chance to teach people in the story. You know? Exactly. Nah, yeah. Don't worry, there's a million animals in my world, so it's okay to give the top billing. Um, it makes sense to me. Um, and so, especially if I don't want you to be able to capture humanoid spirits. So it would make sense that the creatures that kind of reign and not even reign, but just like their father, they are, entities that kind of watch. Or at the very least kind of. Ooh, wait, I can't show you guys this one design. I want to show you. Oh, wait. Wait. I got a cool idea. Maybe I can do something with like the astronaut kind of thing. And like really. Let's see. This would be cool. What's up, Justin? Chaos is misjudged. Exactly. Like, I get why people do that because people do want to pigeonhole two sides of something, good and evil, right? Um, truth versus ideals, for example, right? I bet you people will most likely say that truth is like the bad version and ideals is. But the thing is, and what's important for this story and otherwise, show us. You guys will see in the collab this Saturday. That's why I can't show you a sketch. Those are the inspirations for the force of nature Therian. Yeah, exactly. That's where they base it on. Black tortoise, vermilion bird, white tiger, and blue dragon. Um, but yeah, um, I think it's going to be this situation where I will. Oh, hold on. Let's do. What if it's reversed? What is reversed? How do I give them a cool pose? Because I want them to be like aliens, you know? I want them to be somewhat like not creepy. What if it's reversed? No, you would still be missing the point, Thunder. Because there is no such thing as good or evil. You know, because that's the whole point of perspective, right? When it comes to perspective, for example, we wouldn't consider we wouldn't consider death, right? Evil. But that's order, right? Because everything needs to come to an end at some point. Notice your beard got thicker. It's just because it's really been sitting. It's been growing for a while, and yeah. Exactly. If everything is orderly, nothing is in order. Well, to a fault, right? And that's where there's a lot of cool, like, thoughts of conversation, right? There's something fun about. Um, Actually, this god looks kind of thick. I've got to figure out uh, how to find a good balance. And you know, maybe it might not be humanoid, but I really like the idea that these guys look humanoid because um, there's something like otherworldly to them, you know, where they're not humans, they're not Xotempo. There's something like beyond that, and that to me is very cool. You know, that to me is very cool. I'll take creepy eldritch over humanoid. Um, so yeah, to me, it's like a matter of, yeah, you could even say Cthulhu is humanoid, right? So it's unfair to kind of like not give something its due respect just because you have a preference, right? It exists for the tone, right? Um, so I'm gonna go ahead and when I'm thinking about chaos and energy, maybe this entity is like a little more free form, right? Um, but maybe not. I think it'll be really cool to just, you know, I'm gonna just wing it. I want to just create cool designs that feel like, oh wow, like I see what Bonnie's talking about. Like this is a being that feels alien and otherworldly. Um, it's powerful. It's unique and different. Yeah, humanoids can absolutely be eldritch, 100%. At the end of the day, that like the spirit of these designs shouldn't be that um they're so scary or you can't understand them. That's more like, you know, Zoraja's kind of deal. It's more like these are entities that bridge the gap between the human understanding of Xotempo. You know what I mean? I kind of want to give him long arms potentially. And again, I want them to be vaguely humanoid. And like, it's not like they're humans. There will be cool animal-like features in the designs and whatnot, right? Um, and I think things like um, trying to stretch the... You know what? I kind of want to give them capes or something. They operate design-wise. Maybe like it kind of like comes over their arms like this. Because I want them to feel like very majestic. You know? It would be cool if I gave them like, oh. So maybe, yeah, maybe it could be like a wooden, like, astronaut helmet. You know, they're like the first explorers, potentially, you know? Let me see. Wings on the side of his head? Again, alien is the vibe. Alien, yet not like in a way that feels, you know, ooh, maybe they can have like the golden antlers that the father has. I keep saying father, it's not. Zoraja does not have a gender, it's just energy. This kind of, I think these portions look a little too... Let's make it a little more wieldy. Stretch! What's up, Danny? Welcome in. Make its body a little flowy. Let me clarify. I meant I will take character design like Hulu just over a messed up plain human. Who said it's messed up plain human, though? The new golden dragon looks so ill in D&D, y'all. What if the Order one was a dog of some sort, since dogs are not to protect humanity for centuries? No. The lows must exist for highs to exist. Yeah, exactly right. Maybe humanoid cetacean. What is that, cetacean? The bird is fire, the tortoise is water, the dragon is wood. Okay, and the tiger is metal. Huh. Center golden dragon is plasma. I didn't know about that. Let's see. The parent, the creator, the crafter. Is this a vampire skin? I'm hungry. I just came to check in. How are you? Annie, that is so sweet. So I'll tell you guys something. I got some new cool kicks today. I gotta show you how I'm spending money. Here are my new running shoes, alright? I got them for nearly over $100 off, right? These are like the 4D 3D printed soles. They got like nice balance and cushioning, right? Tell me how. First of all, I never really had like proper running shoes, even though I did track back in the day and won the first medal for my school. It was bronze because the school had just opened, and it was like a long jump type of thing. And me and my track partner, like, yeah, we won the first ever medals for the school. Weird flex, I know. But I got you a gift card for a spa day. Gotta look out for a president. Let's go, Sketch. Where's my spa? But maybe the gates look like these two. That's possible too. So let me tell you. So I put the shoes on, and I'm like, all right, this is gonna be dope. I'm gonna go and like have a nice walk and kind of feel it out. Never had formal, again, like running shoes. So I'm not gonna no, but like in True Green's new vid, I was meant to be, you know, I came there because they invited me to help with the background stuff. And then Ron's like, yo, just chill and like hang out with us. I was like, bet. So it's like a free kind of thing. Yeah, anyway, the point being that Lemon Pepper Steph is like fire. Thank you, Danny. Ooh, you know what? I think I got a cool idea. So I wonder if I can, yeah, maybe like a headdress or something could look really cool. But again, I got to be very careful with how we use reference, right? Like, especially, with things that don't belong to a culture that I can lay claim to, right? But anyway, the point being, uh, but the shoes, I tried them on and they're really tight fit, right? Which I thought to myself, like, okay, I probably just got to break them in, right? A plane trip to Italy? Okay, yeah, I was there for vibes. Exactly right. I got to chill with them. It was really cool. I know all those guys in there. This week, I'll be in a proper collab that I recorded. And granted, I recorded with the others as well, and I did get the ball with them. But the focus was obviously on the artist. They are the ones who submitted, right? Um, but but it's this thing that it was so. I'm like, I want to give them a proper try, but I don't want to scuff them up to the point that I can't return them for a bigger size if I need to. So I went to take a walk around, and I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna go to. I don't even know how I'm gonna do the face. How do you make like a humanoid face without making it too human? Like, do I lean into an animal? Um, if you put a bag of rice in your shoes and not stretch and be broken in, Annie, goaded, goaded. Um, so I would say that um that my fear is like I just don't want them to get like scuffed to the point where I can't return them for the bigger size if that's the issue. Again, maybe it just needs to be broken in, and I pretty much from there, I guess with the face, maybe. Oh, maybe it is like a bird-like face, like for a helmet with like the eyes covering. Maybe it's like a that looks like Farah from Overwatch. The peaks. So I I'll quickly tell the story because I can't draw while I'm talking like about the story. So what ended up happening was I I went around, I was like walking and I'm like, all right, you know what? I don't want to like scuff and dirty up these shoes. I'm gonna go to the community gym. So I go to the community gym where no one is ever there. Never. I go in and within like a couple of minutes, this other girl walks in. I'm like, I'm not sharing this empty gym with you. No, obviously I did, but it threw me for a loop because I'm like, what the hell? Like, I didn't expect anybody to be here. And then I was like, just gonna do a comfy little thing on the treadmill. Now somebody she sits up right next to me, and she's on the treadmill. I'm like, I was trying to do something chill. Now I gotta like actually run and pretend to like. So I'm out there for like 20 minutes, and then I'm like, well, all right, let me just like break them in. I did some lifting. Tell me how. So I finished, and then I leave, and it pretty much starts pouring as I started leaving. So I walked to the community thing. So now I'm sprinting home in the rain, my brand new shoes, which fortunately didn't get too wet or anything because it was like drizzling, but then it started coming down and I just made it. So I'm like, crap, I hope they're not like wet and I can't return them and whatnot. But like, I'm wondering if it just needs to be broken in or maybe I go half a size up. Anyway, that's it. Oh, free! It's not no for free, Danny. It's part of the HOA fees. So, the story is your break stretch time. That's true. Let's stretch chat. Um, the beginning mentioned is the old dragons being brought back. Specifically, I think the yellow, purple, and orange. I'm not sure. Imagine what a crossbreed between a red and blue. A true purple dragon. I like the idea of no face human without its main source of motion. Yeah, I gotta be careful with that. What's the name of the the stair or the store you bought it from, Bonnie? Adidas sketch. Adidas. Get on the phone with Adidas. Not gonna lie, it looks kind of like a Zora. Jake had watched the Dungeon Dads video on the dragons from older editions. You do you? Yeah, I did lock in. We did lock in. You saw the video with Ron and friends. It was fun. It was fun. I like. I was like a gremlin in the background. I was like the referee. But let's just. How do I say things without spoiling? Looks. Damn. Well, look forward to a video this Saturday on Ron's channel, I'll say this. I might be cooking something on I can't say anything. I'm not gonna say anything beyond that. I said enough already, so you guys can go wild to figure it out, okay? Um, Chad, how do I make this a cool thing? I got back from the gym yesterday, got hit the stomach bug. Damn. So, all right, let's do. Okay, I think what I'm going to do. So we've got the humanoid thing here. I want to do something with the face. So it could be they do have the totem face, right, to maybe protect themselves. Not protect themselves, but no spoilers. No, no, no. I like how at the end of the video you're like, no, I thought I was sitting down in Cheney arc. Yeah, I got a little something in at the end, right? Did you make light conversation with the lady who came at the gym? I didn't. I didn't. Even just to be friendly, like I think my mentality was like, I'm there to like work out and do me, right? But like women also want to work out. And I'm sure like women especially, like they go to the gym, they're not trying to be hit on and stuff. I don't know how to flirt or anything. But I'm like, I'm not gonna bother this lady. She's just trying to work out. So, there wasn't even really an avenue anyway to be like, what's up? How are you? Have a great workout. Even though she did suspiciously choose the treadmill next to me in an entirely empty gym. One feminine, one masculine, vaguely, of course. It could be like Bonny John.Any. Why is that so stupid? Bonny John.Any. That's funny as hell. Really want those old dragons to return. They're really creative. Always kicks and gives us Gordon Ramsay level art. Thank you. Chat, how do I make this cool? I'm really, you know what? It's got to be like the headdress. If you ever see me at the gym, no, you didn't. I picture you with your gremlin energy. Just, ooh, look at this. I do like. Oh, what if the. How do I make the head? Maybe there's like a light opening in the helmet where their eyes are shining or something. This just screams like Meta Knight. What is this? Xotempo talks in glitches? I mean, in talks and glitches, maybe because like people can't understand it. Maybe make it bat-like. Just hoping I could set a date between you two. Oh, you're too kind, man. You're too kind. No, but like I said, I don't think. I mean, we can ask Danny and other, other women. Like, I'd rather let a woman approach me at the gym. They already they're just trying to work out. I'm not trying to hit on someone who's trying to work out. And in water, thank you, Gabby. Thank you, thank you. I honestly feel like the flowy aspect makes it feel less chaotic. Making it a little sharper and more erratic would help, in my opinion. It makes it feel less chaotic. I feel like that's the opposite. I feel like order would be structure, Chaos is movement and energy. So, and this is like a super, super extreme pass. Bonnie, what's your favorite horror movie if you have one? I don't have a lot, just because I don't really watch a lot of horror movies. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to just start drawing random ideas. Thank you, Gabby. I'll take that little heart right here. And I'm just going to just start sketching body shapes and stuff. In fact, you know what? The only thing that I'm going to keep is Zoraja right here. Right? And that way, I can just kind of not worry too much about fitting into anything, because I think that's going to kind of slow down my process. I think I'm just going to try. I'm not going to think about humanoid. I'm not going to think about animal. I'm not going to think about pleasing, any concept. I just want to make shapes and to see what lands, right? Like the floaty makes me think of calm river instead of whitewater rapids. Bless you, gentlemen. If you do talk to Lady Deer, I would advise you to do it after the set. Yeah, exactly. Also, I don't have the courage to speak to any living, breathing woman. Um, I'm just a quiet guy, and I'll just stay in the corner. But yeah, exactly. Don't bother people when they're working out is my main thought. Let's go ahead and we'll just put shapes down, chat. That's what we're gonna do. Right. The space whale. It's true. There's a space whale. I wonder. I wonder. What if the head shape kind of like is extended, like it's a whale head, right? Like that. But then it's got like, oh, I guess that's where like the Zora kind of connection comes, which is fine if I do that. Doo doo? Because maybe they could be like, gonna look up some stuff. Bonnie can't talk to ladies. Can Brody? Yeah, Brody. I'm afraid to report is probably entirely overconfident. You know, I'm absolutely hopeless when it comes to women. My future partner will end up being the extrovert and pick up the introvert because they think they're neat. Yeah, let's see if that ever happens. I think that's the same case for me. Um, Complicated in real life. Let's do. I gotta think Brody is successful because you know what? You gotta shoot your shot. You don't shoot your shot, then nothing happens. You know? I'm wondering if it should be an animal. Doo doo. An art comp for Xotempo. What does art comp mean exactly? Does it already have like a whale like thing? You know what? Yeah, let's zoom out a little bit. I'm gonna just do shapes. That's what we're gonna focus on. Because these are going to be more metaphysical kind of concepts. And, you know, they're not like creatures you capture, right? Like they will be in their own kind of tier. Oh, an art competition. What would you want for the? You miss all the shots you don't take. True. Um, I don't like talking to people while at the gym. I'm sweaty. You look horrible before I eat you. Yeah, the thing is, right, with the gym, like I think in general, anytime anything's happened for me, and I don't want to go too deep into my personal life on stream, which I've done, you know. There is something about manning up though. There's nothing super attractive of like just sitting there like waiting for somebody else to do everything, you know. But it's just a matter of like having the experience, you know, where you kind of learn to read the cues and all that kind of stuff, and then you go from there, right? Makes me too afraid to even try and shoot my shot. Uh, let's see. There's such a thing as overshooting. Yeah, but you learn that kind of stuff, right? You have to like learn that stuff after trial and error. You want your left toe as the first place prize? No, Janice, get out of here. You ain't getting my toe. You throw, you'll miss. And look, at the end of the day, right? Like you can only, you know, do so much. But like there is, it's important to like be brave, you know. And there's like you can constantly find means to, um, you know, continuously elevate yourself. You know, no one's perfect at anything, you know. Um, so I really like this body shape. I gotta say, I kind of like where this is going, and I kind of want to like build. There's something like very alien about this, don't you think? The more you try, the better you get. Exactly. Let me just say this. When I think of kids, I was thinking. Okay, I'm not even gonna finish read that just in case. I'm gonna be friendly with someone first before I get to be. But think I approach someone with the initials and I overthink it. But see, that's the thing though. You have to be careful with that. I just want to sit up and look cute. Hey, that's a good strategy. That's what everyone should do. The thing is, look, expectations, right? Like when men are talking about like the friend zone, right? Well, it's like a thing where you didn't show your intentions early on, and like when people are like act like they can vilify women for putting guys in a friend zone, it's like no, like they had a different expectation of what your friendship was like with them because you didn't make yourself vulnerable in a way that read romantic, right? Um, so I hesitate something. I count to three in my head. I like that a lot. Chat, you heard that? Count to three. Sometimes time is all you need. Also, chat, another thing, if you ever feel like you're scared to do something, you're probably on the way to do the right thing. Uh, that's okay. I don't wanna read it just in case. Because I'm going to make my own assumptions and let that I'll let my mind go too crazy. Um, but yeah, I just want you guys to. I don't want people to be scared to do things because, like, whether it's a romantic thing or not, it will affect the big picture of how you look at life, right? Things like, oh, I want this promotion, but I'm too scared, or this or that. Like, it's important to be brave. Like people who get things right, be it romantic relationships or this or that or the other, it's it's not something that's given to them for free. They were probably as nervous or anxious as anybody. And, from there, they worked on it, right? They processed trauma and anything that's worth um, chasing is going to require courage. It's as simple as that. All right, let's make this thing really cool and alien. I want to give him maybe antler type of things as well, kind of like his father. Be confident. Yep, fair. I will say I've gotten better with talking to people. There you go. And I'm not saying like you guys have to do the most. It takes time, right? Like every failure I've had as an artist or as a human being, it's about draw. Damn you. Um, yeah, you know what? I'd rather work on the designs like this, just to like kind of see and build. And I think they're gonna look really sick. Again, you're not gonna be able to capture these guys. You're not even gonna be able to summon them. These guys are not mythical. They are above mythical. You know. Found yourself in the mirror could work. Yeah, progress is progress. Exactly right. I think the way I looked at it, right? Like every time I failed, um, what's cool is I will always get a little further than I did before. You know what I mean? Also, guys, what I'm hearing is like we don't have confidence in this chat. I have too much confidence. Okay? And I'll tell you right now, women like that. Now, obviously, it depends with who you're talking to and whatnot. But, like, they can smell phony confidence. You know? But sometimes you have to fake it till you make it. You know? Part of me thinks, again, I want to do wood and stuff. I'm going to do... Again, I want like an abstract idea here. I'm just going to keep building and fleshing out ideas. I see space ants in the silhouette. Why is there cake the entire bakery? You know what I like, Danny. These guys are above mythical. They are conceptual. That's true, Wispy. Welcome in. Danny, me staying hungry is the reason why my back is big. Big back, big back, big back. Too much confidence, you turn to where's my hug? Listen, no, no, no. That guy is that guy is something else. We don't do that here. If my son becomes the where's my hug guy, I'm sorry. I'm leaving you at the rest stop on the next family vacation. Actually, that would be on me. How did I raise my son to be that guy? It's creepy. Don't do that. Don't do that. All right, so let's see. I'm going to give this guy. I kind of want to give him like a falcon. It's like a. This is like a sexy Minecraft thing. What am I doing, Chad? No, 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 no. I'm not gonna give them any eyes. Oh my god. Alright, let's do it. Let's do this. Drawing legendaries like of this caliber is so hard. Alright, there you go. Maybe the color scheme is like their father. Ooh, what if Oh, I got an idea. I got an idea. What if their bodies is half black and half white? So they have colors of their father, right? But like, so for example, whoever is the chaos and the order one, and I'll keep kind of building them out. Oh, you know what? Maybe they might not even be Xotempo. Maybe they'll just be like humanoid godlike people. And then this guy, he's got the white half on this side. That way you can't outright, if I were to make one white and one black, depending again on your perspective, this guy's the good guy, this guy's the bad guy. Now, with both of them are the same color, ooh, what if I made like their opposing color with their totem heads? Oh, you know what? Maybe, hold on. Maybe what it is, they're like these black void kind of creatures. Ooh, and this will give them like Phantom of the Opera type beat. So if they've got like wooden masks, just like their father has like the wooden mask, and they have the opposite color. There's something here. I have asked where's my hug before thunder. No! Be good and have fun. All right, take care. I will stretch. Thank you, thank you. Enjoy your meal, Danny. Thank you for hanging out with us. Looks like a roach shrimp head. I'm happy we can't catch these. Damn you! No, yeah, you don't want to catch them. You don't want to catch them. Well, you can't. They're too powerful. They're gonna look cool when they're done, whenever they're done. I just gotta figure out how their design's going to be. I want them more like the Oxus than how I currently have it set up. You know what I mean? Yes, tie high heels on. How does Mega Mewtwo look? And Mewtwo, they're like pretty humanoid, but they look cool. They're like nondescript humans, you know? So maybe they're not Xotempo. Maybe they're just... What if I did turn them into humanoid characters? But then you have things like Gardevoir, right? So maybe one could have like a dress, because like for example, Gardevoir's got a dress, and that way, you know. This is hard. How did I design the cool whale thing? Well, I mean, it took time, right? guess maybe I also have to do like elevate the design elements, right? So things like maybe wings, again, play up like body shape and size, um, armor things. Loki want a bodysuit like this? We can wear it while we're running errands. You would look so sick, dude. You know, like look at this, like this kind of shoulder pad type of thing. Like, how do you? Yeah, maybe something like that. And it's gonna be, yeah, I've got to really push shape here. You know, you can use Greek armor. I guess I could, but why specifically Greek? Oh, I like this shape right here. There's like something that feels very. Oh, maybe you know what? What if I gave them? Oh, look at this, chat. What if I did something like this, where they're both gripping like a staff? I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to figure out how I do this. And there, it's like the first staff of like revealing, like kind of like the symbol. You know, if I'm making the magnifying glass the symbol, their very first thing is the thing that reveals all spirit and life in the world. Maybe there's like an X, order and chaos. And I don't think it's a matter of like, I don't want to do a story where one thinks they're better than the other type of thing. You know, it's more like we're the two, like they like their stick. That's true, and they like each other. I don't want to do like these are legendaries that um that I guess fight like Kyogre and whatnot, right? And these are good inspiration with the big shoulder pads and the bold shapes. Yeah, thanks. And you know what? Maybe I can like give them like purple and stuff. Um, like this kind of cool, heavenly, nebulous kind of color. And it's like royalty, you know. And I'll look at like other Pokemon, like um, what's their names? Um, Gardevoir. Chat, give me some Pokemon references I can use, or even Digimon references for like humanoid. You know, I mean, this is starting to look really cool. And it's okay if they have more again humanoid or alien like kind of feelings or proportions because they're not humans. They're kind of like Xotempo, right? So they're their own thing. Oh, what if I had this thing where they have like one eye each? So okay, so if she's got the white, I say she as if I know. I guess she does need some sort of eye. That looks like Meta Knight. They're the best of friends. One will scream and yap your ear, the other will stay inside. So yeah, these guys will be, essentially the first siblings of like all the life forms. And I'll do a thing where they're kind of like human beings. Ophanimon. It's a good reference. Let's see. Ophanimon. An angel Digimon. Celestial. Oh, is there a god of Digimon? And if so, how does that work? Oh, wow. Okay, yeah. Who's like the god of the Digimon? Holy Mother like being. Celestial Digimon. Sundai Tenshi. Three Archangels. Oh, Shadow Seraphimon. Executor of God's laws. What? Ah, they really go into depth here. Ophanimon X Fall Down mode. Truimon Evil X, Good X. Oh, Shrubimon. I think I've seen him in the movie. Wasn't he evil? Yeah, maybe biblically accurate angels could be a great point of reference, right? Yeah, that might be a good point of reference, chat. Biblically, Yggdrasil is the god of Digimon? I'm gonna look that up. How did I not know that? Yggdrasil, mysterious host computer that rules over the digital world. Whoa, one of the avatars. Like this UFO thing. Oh, it looks cool. It looks very futuristic. And then there's like a random little girl. Huh? There's a lot of stuff happening. Interesting. Um, I don't know if there's a concrete god Digimon. There are multiple holy, but not an outright god. Okay. So I'm getting. Okay. I think I know what I want to do. So this is like really crazy stuff that's happening. So let's say you got the white. We're gonna have the back leg will be black like this. I like the half and half kind of thing that's going. There's something cool about it to me. Because I want them to feel humanoid yet animalistic in a way. Not animalistic, but like again, I think Deoxys is one of my inspirations for this design. But I don't want to like be like, here's a Deoxys clone. You know what I mean? It's like, how do you make, you know? It's a really fun and cool challenge. There's something cool here. There's like something like very jester-like about them, which I think is really cool. Maybe. Okay, so maybe. Deoxysmon. What if Arceus versus Yggdrasil? See, that's going to be an impossible thing because they have different, you know, they have different points of reference. What do you guys think of this? This is far from the final design, but like, this feels really cool. I don't know what exactly it is. Apocalypse is another good. Wings on their head. I don't think it created the digital world, but it is deific. I think in multiple seasons stated implied that people created the digital world since, programming. Yeah, that's what's curious about Digimon. Like with Digimon, right? It's a thing where um you have a world where data and whatnot, is it a human invention? Who created the digital world? People. So wouldn't people be the gods? Is it an outright human being? Maybe like the tribal thing could come back here if they had like these kind of like long hair and stuff. But there's, I don't know, something interesting that's happening. You know what? It feels like I'm designing. Hear me out. Hear me out. No eyes, just mouths. But here's the thing: if there's no eyes or no mouth, or rather a mouth, what's the mouth for? If they don't need to see, do they need to eat? Do they need to speak? Do they need to speak? Or do they commune with just their power? Right? So I'm not sure yet. I do want to give them what feels like it would be really cool to give them, again, some sort of like, for sure they need to, um, I want them to like, have have a feeling like that they are, first of all, siblings, but also children of Zotaja. Will the other one have a cape? I was thinking that, right? Like to like alter from here. Um, I'm trying to figure out what to do with the fit. Oh wait, I could play with verticality. It doesn't have to like be aesthetically like. I want it to be shocking and freaky and unique. Hold on. What if I stacked, and it's like this totem head, like where it really becomes this abstract. Oh, wait. And then what if this is like wings like a totem in the back? You know? There's something in this design that's going to be really cool. They could have a third eye, true. Um, what if I want to like get really creative? Here's like this eye. Ooh. Like there's something really interesting about this, And again, if this doesn't work out like a creature, maybe Zotaja or Zoraja created them out of one of its segments. True. Different origins. Will there have another eye in the mouth would be cool. They feed off your emotions. They could have a third eye. There are many Digimon based on the Pantheon, like the Olympus 12. Oh, I didn't know about the Olympus 12. Like, cause the verticality of this kind of makes me feel like inspired to do something here. Oh, what if I did like the eye? Now it looks like maybe it's the teeth. Maybe so I'll take the gold. All right, something interesting is happening. I just don't know what yet. You know? Maybe this comes down like this. I kind of like this, um, almost like wooden back half wings, you know? Um, there's something like Egyptian feeling about it too. Also, again, if you've played Persona, like, doesn't this feel like this could be like a Persona, like spirit or something like that? Kind of, sort of, maybe, maybe not. I love those designs, man. The Persona, like for the main characters, they all look so cool. He's cooking? Thank you, thank you. I don't know what I'm doing yet. It's some sort of meal, you know? Um, you know what? Let's do. They have, maybe they both have their own scepters. Because I think it'll make them feel, you know. Commission art to create a Digimon God? Adminmon? That's kind of a perfect name. I like the head so far. This could be Persona design even more with both of them being there. That's true. It does look like a Persona. I think that's the vibe because those designs are humanoid, but they feel otherworldly, you know? Um, and I don't want to go too crazy with the design and be like, they are otherworldly and you can't comprehend them. You know, like, I do want to lean them back into, like, say, like, again, a a level like uh Deoxys, right? Or even Guard of War, Darkrai. So many cool designs. I know, right? I'm telling you, like, it would be a great point of reference. Let me see if I maybe do something with the eye, where it's kind of like a sideways eye, you know? And I'm right now, look, chat, I'm not gonna lie, I'm just throwing shit out, right? The whole point is like I'm just trying to find what I think these creatures could look like. And for all we know, I turned them into humanoid characters. This may not be a Xotempo god at some point. Maybe I'm like, I like these designs so much, I want this to be like a priest character or another shaman or something. You know what I mean? Um, maybe we never even see these characters in the game at all. Maybe it's just straight up. Oh, wait a second. What if I didn't give them legs at all? What if it was just like a cape? Not a cape, but like just some sort of empty. Not empty, but like some sort of weird thorax or something. You know what I mean? Like, let's see what kind of crazy things I can. That looks very weird and creepy. On the Deoxys Otherworldly Humanoid scale, where does Ogerpon sit? Ogerpon sits as my daughter. She's just too cute. Bonnie, have you looked into the Rongo Rongo? That could work for future designs. Kind of wish one of them is based off of Shingami Tensei Persona Stake Fafnir. Check design, what I mean. Um, no, I'm not. I'm definitely not going to make them inspired by one specific thing, but I'll look up Fafnir. Shinigami Tensei. Um, oh, he looks cute. Like a little boxer guy. Yippee! The son of the Dwarf King Hydeman. Oh, here's another one, actually. Here's one who looks like a dragon kind of thing. Devil Child. Yeah, you know what? Honestly, I might look up, like, Shin Megami Tensei and stuff, I think, for points of reference. I think that could be a really cool thing, you know? Oh, Chad, I think I know how to make these designs. It was right there all along. What if they're like living totem poles? Like, you know, like totem poles are like carved and stuff, right? It would make sense. Well, okay, so let me hold on. I'll save this as a draft. And then watch this. I think I know what I want to do. I'm gonna make them these giant humanoid, like, totems. That makes sense. It would make sense. I'll bring this down. Mine Black Witness version? Yeah, he looks sick, dude. He looks so sick. Oh, let me look up the Rongo Rongo. It was all in my face the whole time, chat. I just need to make them look like living. System of glyphs discovered. Yeah, something like this that's like with the shapes and markings. like the designs for future use. It could be like the humanoid versions are like maybe like priests that live in the world. You know what I mean? Where they're like trying to emulate the gods, you know? So watch this. What if again, I have over here in my Pinterest like a collection of boards and stuff. Um and like there's like a lot of these cool carvings and stuff that I can use as inspiration. So they could simply be, ooh, okay, for example, I'm looking at this cool mask type of thing, right? Maybe there's this like one circular bit that's like kind of hanging. Kind of like not like a door knocker, but kind of like that. Oh, chat. I think I'm on the way to cook. All right. So if we have a space where they're like carved, you know, totems, and I have, I don't know, kind of like the Rongo Rongo, and like there's like these markings on them that look ancient and whatnot. Um, I think there's gonna be something really cool to it from there. There could even be like bits of like gold, maybe like black involved, some spaces that are like white. Um, you know, and they could obviously have more and more. Um, what's the word? Like intentionality in the design. Um, but like for example, I think what I should like really lean into. We're talking anime and Digimon; those two need to be clear. Um, I would say that yeah, maybe it's like I don't want to straight up just make it a totem pole with arms. Uh, is everyone remember Legend Z? Legend Z, Legend ZA, you mean? Um, I've saved a version, so maybe it is one where it's like semi-humanoid. Think kind of like the constructs from like Breath of the Wild is like kind of what I'm thinking I could maybe, maybe use as a point of reference. And there could be more unique shapes and whatnot, obviously. Like it doesn't have to be just squares, right? Because that would be pretty boring. But, so maybe the chaos one, for example, right? Maybe the chaos one, their tiki totem is like broken, um, and like hovering, shattered, and there's like grass growing on it, and the order one is like, you know, and how about a totem pole with tentacles? I need a new Legend ZA trailer yesterday. I agree. Um, these designs is different. That would be creepy and cool. Um, but like, you know what? Yeah, let me get. I'm gonna get really crazy with it. Like, what if I got like this crazy, shocking white hair, for example, right? Which would be like very Mononoke inspired, for example. Um, I want to just try it out, and get that tribal kind of motif. Um, And like, how about I do something with the white hair, like shocking white at the side, and it comes down. You know what I mean? Like, it could be really. Oh, I kind of like this chat. It's like these big, rocky. Ooh, do you guys hear that thunder? If the power goes out, pleasure knowing you guys. We reached that part of the internet. Rike. Um, oh, you know what else I could do? You guys see what I'm trying to like do with this potentially? Like trying to make them like these kind of like guardians, you know, like of like wood and stuff, maybe like metal. Love the hair. Me too. There's something cool about this. Um, I gotta figure out more mythics or more Xotempo. It's gonna be more Xotempo. It'll be. I'll do. I think I want to do like a Venusaur inspired one, and then Charizard the next day. Again, I'm not making Venusaur. I'm not making Charizard. I'm doing creatures inspired by them in the same way. Oh wait, what if I made the body like this wooden bell? You see what I mean? So like when I say it's humanoid, like it could be anything like this, right? Like it doesn't have to be straight up. And you know, I might change my mind. You know, it's like a matter of always finding the right design. But I think this could look really insane. Like wooden bell, metal pieces, carvings. I do love me Princess Mononoke so much. I think tomorrow is the last day they have the showings in the theaters. I really want to go, but my friends can't make it. Sad. I mean, I could probably go by myself, but if it's an evening show, I can't drive in the evening, so I'm a little shit out of luck, I'm afraid. Cthulhu with honkin' bazongas? No, it wasn't a joke. Lies! Start off the week cooking a new chef on Food Network. Hell yeah. There's something really cool here, I'm telling you guys. Y'all see the vision, right? Um, oh, what if one is okay, so who is the bell? Is the bell chaos or is it order? I can have like negative space right here. I gotta figure out how I want to do the top of the hair. That's the only thing. It could be some sort of crazy. Although I thought you said you were going to do the. What is that? A cuss word? You said so last week. Um, I don't know what that means, my brother. Reaction was better than I hoped for. I want the hair to be maybe even longer. I kind of want to do some sort of animal skull here, but the thing is, this is like this creature like predates even animals, you know? So it's like, what animal could it be? Okay, yeah, I think this design, whatever it ends up being, will certainly be um redesigned in a little more, what's the word? Like um in some sort of way that's more easily digestible, I guess is the best way to put it. You know? Because right now it is very crazy. But that's why, it's not a deity you can capture, right? I kind of like whatever's happening with this crown thingy. Feels like vaguely Japanese. Like the mouth thingy. You don't want to spoil. You said it starts with that. Oh, yeah, as soon as I see X and A, yeah, I can do that tomorrow. If that's what I said. Not the amoeba skull. Yeah, why don't I do that tomorrow? And then, yeah, so then the next few days, so then it will be. Yeah, I can do that for tomorrow. Then a Charizard inspired one on Wednesday? No, it would be Thursday, and then Venusaur one for Wednesday. So that's what we'll do. The hair could be cube-like. That is true. It could be like another set of like, oh, maybe on the order one. You guys like, is this crazy? Is this like not insane? But you could see, right, that like, there's no way a 10-year-old kid could capture this thing. You know? I kind of want him to have like antler kind of. Is it, it can still have vaguely animalistic kind of things. So it's basically like a crown slash halo kind of thing. It's still, vaguely animalistic. Awesome, yeah. Are they based on? Not necessarily. I'm just kind of making my own. At this point, I'm kind of just making my own mythos. And like, I want to put Indian inspired designs here. There's like indigenous, Japanese. Um, I just want it to be like a celebration of the world's cultures and whatnot to like inspire something new in this world. God's a temple of Minecraft. That does look sort of deific. I told you. That'd be cool. It's going to be different. I don't know again how much it'll continue to change. It will continue to change actually. Um, you know what? Let me not do the whole thing like that yet. Oh, maybe their eyes. Maybe their eyes have like could be a single eye motif. With the teeth kind of thing jutting out. But it's not like teeth, it's just kind of looking like it. Um and so I'm gonna say this one feels very chaotic to me. I'll design one for order and we'll see how different it could be. You know? Size, shape, all that kind of stuff is, you know, all subject to change. Bro, Yo, this is sick, chat. I certainly didn't think it would have gone in this direction, to say the least. Um, Maybe I can have like the wood paneling in the middle here. I love the wood with the gold a lot. It's like a really nice balance of something that, doesn't feel too gaudy. It's like gold is a humanistic um what's the word? Um Something that humans chase. Okay? I'm gonna make the hair white in the front just because it'll help it stand out from the white of the hair at the back. Imagine. Its bottom is a bell. Yes, as of right now. Certain type of night bosses from Elden Rings. I'm taking a challenge. Let me hop in my time machine and my 10-year-old self to ready to capture this. No capturing. Zonai robots from Tatka. Jeez, they're keep creeping me out. Um, let's see. I want to. Yeah, I made my character in Elden Ring. What brings it down to earth? Exactly right. In a figurative way, right? Did you say the previous designs I did? Those are beautiful too. Thank you. I did save them. Oh, let me double check. Yeah, I think I can see it. And there is something cool about this, but like it does feel like too humanoid. There's something about this that's like in that middle ground. Um, but yeah, okay. So it's let's see, we're 2 hours in. It's 8:25. This is what I'll do. I'll ball out with you guys till about 9 o'clock, right? Um, and what's cool is like you can definitely see this is a child of Zoraja, right? There's definitely visual similarities here with the white, the black, the brown, the gold. Um, and I think again, as creatures that you're not going to really be capturing, and what I'll do is I'm going to duplicate and like just build out the order form on the right side just to like kind of help me, you know, see the differences. And like once I kind of see the differences, I'll be able to like, truly keep pushing them in the directions I need, Is this God? No, this is God's children. It does look cool. No, this is Alex. Red hair rules, thank you. Um, but like the newer one better. The box set on the old doesn't buy it. No, well, yeah, that's the old one's exploration. Um, Something that I see a lot in our Discord is speaking of exploration, because we're about halfway through the month, so it's a good time for me to remind anyone who wants to participate to post their arts for the prompt. And if you want it to be potentially shared, you put the um, what's the word? The okay. But then beyond that, um, you know what? If it's chaos, and I'm not gonna mark which is which because I think it'll be a good test. I'll maybe have it like be asymmetrical, maybe, you know. Um, but yeah, we have about halfway through the month to go. So what I could do is maybe the kind of bits that hold up. I don't know. I don't want to like outright say that there's a gender for these gods, but I like the idea of like splitting like masculine and feminine energy. And this one definitely reads like the god of chaos Um, I don't know. Um, so if I like ever gender either any of these, it's still a work in progress. So I don't know if they will. It's just purely my vibes. Um, but her like little ornaments to hold her hair, maybe they're like half braids and stuff too. Um, my God, that thunder's crazy. Kind of want to give a second half here. Oh, you know what? So maybe if I put a crack in the bell, that's gonna be like the Liberty Bell, though. That's the issue, and I'm not trying to do all that. Also, I don't want to give her like a ball at the bottom half, but I guess it's kind of needed, right? Let's do it. And I'm gonna have the gold cusp this space right here. All right, cool. Um, different Elden Ring boss. What if they could fuse? No, they can't fuse. Non-binary currently. Yeah. They slash God. Hell yeah, that's cool. Man, could you imagine I put that on my profile? I'm sorry, I saw a funny one where it said her slash she. Um, everyone stretch together with me, with your professor. So now, I could see a thing where if I do give purple to their father or creator, it could be cool to have one be red and one be blue. And red and blue together make purple, you know? So to me, I quite like that. Um there's a lot of like funky things that still need to be fixed here when I'm looking at this, but it's fine. All right, so now looking at the order god, I'm gonna start looking at him and then like I think to me it doesn't have to be as blatant, you know? Like, oh, this one person's a mess and the other person's not. Um, I think he can still very much have, white hair and whatnot, but maybe his hair is, more neatly organized. Um, you know what I mean? Maybe instead of a bell for him, hers is like always swinging. Maybe he's just far more rigid. Um, or has she own style? Um, and yeah, like designing them like across from each other like this will definitely, you know, help me really kind of get um, most of their inner details a little more visible, you know? Like I can more immediately see what I need to do. What about the gates? Who they gonna look like? I would say the focus gates could be. You know what? I do like the idea rather than the gates. It could be that the general any story related major gates will be based on the father, and any of the gates that take you to the legendaries could be a mixture of these two, right? Because they are like two sides of the same coin. And unlike, um, I mean, at the same time, oh, wait a second. What's up? Welcome in, Sarah. Andrew Hyatt's back. There's a good sleek ponytail. Um, I would say that I like the notion that You know what? So maybe how do we do this? Oh, maybe he's more in this kind of balanced state. So he could put his hands together and he's just far more kind of like composed in his design. You know? Gotta get the Dragon Balls. Twins Ghost? Bonnie died. Jesus Christ, Alex, don't put that juju in the world. What if I died tomorrow? Um, I don't know why that scares me to even hear something like that. Sarah, you missed me. I like the confidence sketch. You missed me. um, all right, so let me see. How do I? It's interesting. How do you make a entity? Um, I don't know if I like the because this is like a very human gesture. Well, he could still. I mean, the gesture could mean they created it, but I don't know if I love that. But for now, I'll do they make the Dragon Balls way too easy to find every single time. Like it's actually crazy. And I'm sitting there like, there's no stakes. There really isn't. Let's see here. I'm trying to think, chat. How do I possibly trying to find references of like totems? You know? Came back to life 5 minutes later. What about the Dragon Balls? Who found the Dragon Balls, chat? Which one of you guys? Ooh, you know what? What if like well, if the other one has a bell body, does he have a bell body too? Oh, wait, you know what? Tempo, bells. Maybe they're both bells. And I could have like maybe yeah, maybe they can both have bell bodies. We do black on one side, white on the other. Now they look kind of naked. You know what? So his split can be far more easier to read, whereas her split is like you can see it's just far more. He's like, we need order. Because I want them to still be the same. They're still siblings. You know? So the way she's kind of like more chaotic in her color balance. You know? Ooh, I like that. What if the other one what if you took the other's body and flipped it for the other one? How do you mean? Bell bottoms, nice. Um weird little guys, more than little guys. Welcome in, Hikari. Patchwork versus half. Yeah, exactly. One is more half and half. Yeah. Now, it does look a little awkward, the bell bottom part, you know? Um, I gotta figure out how to do his hair. No, if I do that. Okay, you know what? So maybe their eyes can both be purple, a combination of red and blue. And then so he'll have like blue details for his hair, maybe. Oh, you know what? So then maybe his braids come down. And this could be maybe my Pokemon. Nah. And his hair is like far more braided well. Which this concept, by the way, exists in Hinduism where the deity oh, so you know what? His hair just can simply be long and straight. Um and it's like perfectly cut at the bottom. So this is really cool. I feel like they do have their own really unique identities. Um oh, and then you know what? I'm gonna give him like a ball of like hair tied up here. And it's also like wrapped well. His crown comes up like this, and maybe hers. You know, I like the symmetry, but so hers can just have movement like this. And in fact, maybe I'll have one extend out. And the brother's like, I hate that one little bit that stretches out. Um, okay. Did they get boots with the fur? Bonnie missed out an incredibly appropriate joke about Dragon Balls? What did I miss? Joke needs to return. It's reserved for the world. It's the baby hair for me. Getting that bun in there, stylish. What did I What did I miss? Did Mod Seraph send a comment to the Shadow Realm? All right, let's see. Chat, I really like this. It's simple. I do miss some of the brown, but you know what? The brown wood parts can just simply be. She's got the wings. Maybe I don't put the wings. Because originally they were meant to be. I mean, I could still really. Maybe I do. It would be. I was thinking about doing pauldrons. Feel like Minecraft armor or something. You know? I'm thinking, what if I did something with the wings being attached as pauldrons? You know? Yeah, the second pass will be really helpful in trying to like figure out how to make this go. Sada Tour, is that you? Oh, in a way, right? Something must be blocking it. That's funny. The chat filter. That's why I said the chilter. Chat filter is protecting me. Um, all right. I mean, these guys look pretty damn cool. They definitely need a lot of work. It's 8:42. Should I try cleaning up the designs a little bit? Because it's very hard to read what their body is right now. You know? Um, right? Like if we look at it like this, it's hard to understand what we're looking at. So maybe I will do a quick. So yeah, these guys you cannot capture or befriend. Let me like start quickly lining just to kind of get the vibe down. Right? So what's the plan, chat? What are you guys doing today? I really wanted to see Princess Mononoke, but I don't think I'll be able to catch it in theaters tomorrow. Their concept designs, look forward to seeing. Thank you, appreciate it. Yeah, more and more stuff I will just figure out um as far as like the main stuff that I want to put in this pitch Bible. Because we're about halfway done through um you know uh July, and my goal is to um you know what I'll do? I'll do it to like there's like slight like the lack of symmetry is a little more noticeable, but it's trying to be symmetrical. But of course, the god of chaos doesn't adhere to those rules in specific. And again, it's not because she's good or bad. You know, that's just what it is. You can't have one without the other, right? Order wouldn't be order if there wasn't another like its opposing side, right? We wouldn't know what cold is if we didn't have heat, you know? So you can't really say one is good or bad. It becomes a matter of preference. Someone could look at order and find it suffocating. Someone could look at chaos and find it overwhelming. And that's why, you know, there's so much beauty in us being the unique people we are. You know? Because if everybody was the same, then there really wouldn't be different personalities. You know? Yeah, I don't think it's ever gonna work, you guys. Ooh, I got a match on this dating app. Let's see. Live reaction. I won't say this person's name. All right, that's gonna be a skip, respectfully. uh, all right. Is it easy to read the subtitles and still soak in the beautiful animation at the same time? The thing about seeing Mononoke in the first time I did it's only playing Japanese. No, it's playing in both English and Japanese. Just each day is has different showings, you know. So you just have to find out where they're showing the English ones, and it's you know it depends on your reading comprehension. Like I've been reading subtitles nearly my whole life, so for me like it's whatever. But if someone is more used to English and subtitles a little harder, you're trying to enjoy the animation or this or that, then you know watch in English. The English dub is great too. You know. Hold on, wait a minute. For today, I'm finishing up a work that I'm not releasing until next year. Wow. I mean, at least you're finishing it up early, but why are you saving it? I mean, here's the thing. I would say, Sketch, look it over again in the next few months. And there's probably going to be a lot of stuff that you think you can fix or adjust because that's a lot of time. Bonnie just found his wife. Who's my wife? Oh no. Now we need to talk. Yeah, Bon, English or Spanish? Was that weird? Did you guys get freaked out? With anime, I like watching both subs and dubs. I got you guys. Did it look like I froze? Baby, you got something in your nose. And after you. It's a reference to like a TikTok thing. I'm assuming that's what he's trying to do. You didn't get me. Nobody could get me. All right, here we go. I'm gonna like try lining this just a little bit to try and get it like cleaned up. I definitely want to do more permutations and whatnot. So what's cool is like this eye slash teeth mouth thingy. It still makes the X for Xotempo just like the father has, which is really nice detail. The eye like feels almost Egyptian. I guess because I'm thinking Millennium Puzzle. But I'm trying to make it like an eye with teeth. But, you know, it might be too much. So we'll see. Let's do... like stacked on like a couple of items, you know? But I want to do more intricate and precise detail work and stuff. So they really feel like their own characters, you know? Because I really want to prove in this pitch Bible how much work I've put into the world. You know? It's not like just, oh, I've created all my Pokemon kind of creatures, right? Because like that's the simple way to kind of look at the design. Even though they're, you know, far more inspired. Not more inspired than Pokemon, but like I want people to know that I'm putting love and care and everything to these designs. But yeah, it's gonna be, this is a very special project. I think it has the legs to go far. Just need some executive out there to, oh, you know what? Part of me wants to make this cubes as well. Because I can make the whole theming kind of cubed. But I kind of like the idea of like rusted round metal, maybe like bells. You know? And they're like carved metal, not like perfectly round. Legit thought he froze. Screen's too small to see the mind moved. Eye teeth, Liz, Rondo scaring me like that. Thought you froze. You know I have level 7 asthma. My boy. Right, Lady Bon Pride, we got an appointment. Hey, you know why? Everyone else stay safe out there and keep supporting the boy. Hey, you heard the man. You heard the mod. I'll see you later, man. Thank you for stopping in. It's 8:52. I'll keep, you know, drawing until, you know what could be sick, chat? All right, so why don't I do this? So why don't the body go down to, you know what? It'll be 3 segments. So the body will feature some sort of like patchwork as well. And then what if, yeah, maybe the arm could be like their own separate like cuboid kind of thing that's floating on the side. Much like the father's wings. And then that way there's something cool about that to me. And then the arms kind of like, you know, extend out. And I want these to be like she could have all these like bangles and stuff. I say she, but you know what I mean. Do we like the bell? I like the bell, but like at the same time, maybe the body does need to be. I'll keep the bell for now. All I'll say is this. Me figuring out, at the very least, the direction for um figuring out the direction for this deity means I'll be able to land the design the um for the 4 mythical beasts a lot easier. You know? You know what? This makes it look cutesy. I'm trying to do the totem wings, but like I feel like it's not working for me. Um, Maybe the rest of these. I don't know what to do with this part. So then it kind of fits. So again, her belt could be like more chipped and stuff. Um, the patterns on it will be a lot more wavy and whatnot. Like her design is just more lived in, you know? Also got to figure out exactly how to do the hair. But I think for sure you definitely get the vibe of how unique they are to one another, yet still feel, like siblings, right? But I also worry that I'm like, the elements that are feeling like humanoid, I don't want them to overtly feel like, oh, one is boy, one is girl. And then I also don't want to. I also don't want to do like, oh, like, It still should feel by the end of the process. They should just feel like these otherworldly entities, and that's their main thing. Like within reasonable, with as much as I need to make them, and I don't want to say marketable, but like represent something in the most streamlined way. I'd still like to see if I can land a level of um that like energy I'm looking for. It doesn't feel too neutered, you know? Maybe she's gonna have more stuff in her hair, the other one. Yeah, the hair is gonna be a major part of this design. the way the treatment is. And I'll just go all the way down. Well, you know what? I guess it can drop down just a little bit. You know what? And then he could have the cuboid kind of, not charm, but what do you call it? Like accessory to hold the hair. The hair and how it's like sitting and everything, I still gotta figure the, I guess, how do you say it? The logistics to all this stuff. Wonder how intricate the body really needs to get, you know? But his bell will definitely be, yeah. There's like, there is a more obvious design to his design. Meaning, um, what's the word? Intentionality. Okay. Anyway, I think it's about time to call it. What can I do with his arm? Keeping it behind him would feel like a little too humanoid to me, you know? I do like the prayerful kind of motif, so maybe it is that. Because it's like the harmony, this symmetry, you know? Yeah, I like it. I need to give them names. Oh, it could just simply be chaos and order. Like, they don't need to have names. Chaos and order, the children of the two forces needed to build out the world before anything else. Then number 9, disappointing you, Bonny John.Any. Yes, I'm gonna call it, chat. It's time to call it. I'll be on tomorrow with some more Xotempo designs. It'll be a little more straightforward and not as metaphysical and all crazy like today's design. Um, but I really do like how they came out for a first pass. It's really crazy. I want to go even more kind of in depth with these when I'm looking at them. Like I just see a lot of room for improvement. Um, and yeah, I hope you like them. I would love feedback if you want to leave me any on the VOD for this video or even on the Xotempo channel. Um, it's definitely something that um, I'm totally down with trying to figure out over a long time. Like, I still don't even know what the true mechanics are for the Chaos and Order as far as like, you know, design, um, like as far as gameplay, as far as like creature design. Like I have those split evos and stuff. Um, so yeah, it'll be stuff to figure out for sure. Um, Yeah. Don't get in, don't leave us. It's sorry, it's true. It is time to leave. Looking at different down. Yeah, that's true. Thing is, since everything about this is like a mishmash of things, um, it'll be a little harder to do, but or maybe even easier for all I know. But for now, I like the simplicity in calling one chaos and one order. Where, you know, I think the way I'm gonna relate it is like it breaks down into the attack patterns or like the battling style of these creatures. Um, because the whole point is, I wanted temperament, right, to be something that dictates the way you might battle with your um, creatures, right? Because I keep going back to Gengar, where like Gengar can either be your cutest, most silly prankster loving creature, or like according to the decks, one of these like insane killers. And so it's hard to chalk it up as far as a personality and be like, Gengar is this scary ghost Pokemon who will eat your soul. And the next thing you know, he's. And like, that's true for all creatures, right? Like, sharks, for example, are commonly misjudged, right? Because of like Jaws, for example. But like, yeah, they attack humans because they think they're prey. It's not like this malicious thing. That's just what nature looks like in the real world, right? Um, just remember it's Shark Week. Maybe after oh, it's Shark Week, huh? Crap. So you know what? Maybe I'll delay because I want to do Charizard and Venusaur in the same week. So I'll do Charizard and Venusaur next week. I'll do the X one because you want me to keep it secret for tomorrow, and then I'll do Shark one for Wednesday, and then something else for Thursday, and then I'll start next week with Charizard and Venusaur. But there you go. These humanoid, deific, kind of interesting children of Zoraja. There's plenty of room to continue to figure out their design. Um, for now, I'm very pleased with the start. You can definitely see who's chaos and who's order. I want to lean more and more into um, what makes them unique and the simplicity behind it all. You know, um, yeah, it'll be cool. So stay tuned for tomorrow. Look badass, good. I like the bell thing. I think I can push these designs even further. So that's what I'm going to try and do when I continue to build out, the designs. But all right, chat, I'm gonna call it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Tomorrow will be a fun one. You guys have a wonderful evening. Listen, make sure you hit a like on your way out. Make sure you leave a comment on the VOD if you want to let me know if there's any details and whatnot that I can add or this or that or the other. But all right.